Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video I want to talk a little bit about when you have arrived in the field of blacksmithing. So this may sound fairly funny and to some and arrogant to others, but there is a little bit of a notion that takes and goes around on Facebook, on YouTube, on social media platforms that there are specific people of the trade that have arrived at a certain level in blacksmithing, or that they are now, the granddaddy of all blacksmiths, master blacksmiths. And this video is really to take and talk a little bit about that and kind of give some of my thoughts on that. While I'm doing that, there's a video playing, or will be playing here, and it's coming up. And this is just me making some brackets for a fireplace frame that I am working on currently. This is what I consider to be fairly simple ironwork. It's not technically advanced in any way, shape, or form. It's really just some chisel cuts and doing some texture. But I'll let you be the judge of that. My question to you out there in the community is, what really does in your mind, what do you idolize as, hey, this guy has arrived at blacksmithing. He's arrived at the top. He's the top of his game, or she is at the top of her game. What is it that makes that smith, above everyone else? And the interesting thing about that is how, depending on how you answer that question, really says a lot about what your own personal goals are and what your own personal struggles are right now. We all have a different ideal of what's good ironwork and what's poor ironwork. I personally am not into power hammer ironwork, where it's just drawn out and it's just power hammer textured. Although it takes some skill to do that and work with large scale stuff, I just don't feel like that is a salute to, say, people of the Renaissance period in ironwork, or what I consider to be the golden age of ironwork. One person that exemplifies this a lot is Cyril Klonick's work. If you don't know him, try to check him out. I'll put a book that I just got here recently that I'm reading through that Jessica surprised me with, surprisingly. I'll put that link to that down in the description down below, and you guys can go check that out for yourself. Be aware that is an affiliate link, so if you do purchase through that link specifically, we get a small kickback at no additional cost to you for just sending traffic to Amazon or eBay or wherever she can find the book at. But so there's full disclosure. But going on with that, that's the kind of work that I see that smiths should have to take and try to obtain to reach some sort of level in blacksmithing. That is certainly something that I'm working very hard right now, even off camera more so than what you guys see on camera, to take and bring my ironwork and bring new products to the market come 2020. And doing it in a very masterfully done way. Now, will I get there? How many products will I have? Who knows? Who knows at this point? It's just a dream of mine to achieve that certain level of ironwork. I'm very inspired by guys like Peter Ross, Tom Latney, Clay Spencer, Ernie Dorrell. These type of guys really inspire me, Pete Renzetti, to take and work at a much higher level. Oh man, I'm gonna mess up his name now. So I won't try. Kim Thomas. These guys have done a really great, fantastic job of elevating, in my opinion, the ironwork in America. Now, with that being said, that may not be your particular style, and that is great, because blacksmithing goes across all sorts of different mediums and all sorts of different forged forms and genres of smithing in eons and decades, and specific classical or colonial, or again, grotesque ironwork or Baroque, or there's all sorts of different stylings from all across the globe. You can idolize Italian master smiths, French master smiths, British master smiths, Irish master smiths. There's all sorts of different ironwork that is kind of built up around a particular region or culture. And that's okay for you to take and be excited, and for your definition to be a little bit different than mine. So with that being said, there's a lot of new people who are coming into this trade of blacksmithing thinking that the few people that they see standing on YouTube are the masters, or the guy that's constantly posting his opinion that he's the best smith there ever was on Facebook and showing you stuff that you're not quite at that level yet. So you say, hey, well, I can't draw out a taper like that, so I guess that guy is the legit thing, right? He is the master smith. There's all those type of people out there running their mouths, but they don't have work to prove it. And their definition of what is good in their own eyes, thinking that they are a master already, or that they are a whatever journeyman smith, or however you want to take and do your classification of where you're at compared to them, it may differ wildly from what is considered acceptable by maybe the large majority of blacksmiths. So don't be afraid of being where you're at right now. If you're just getting started in this craft of blacksmithing, experiment, man. There's so much stuff out there that you can do with the forged forms that blacksmithing has to offer you. You can use it to enhance your fabrication skills. You can use blacksmithing to enhance glass work, pottery, home decor, useful utilitarian items, to even the abstract, to people who make kinetic sculptures. All can find something to love about this craft of blacksmithing. And so this will come with a little bit of a dual warning here. I warn everybody out there, and I caution people that think themselves to be pretty high and mighty in the craft of blacksmithing and in the forge, to question when you take and tell somebody else that someone's work is not up to par, or that your work is somehow better than most people out there that people can watch, view, and see. It's really easy to get caught up in your own opinion of your ironwork and what you feel is good, and try to force that upon somebody else, especially a newbie that's new to the craft and really doesn't know any better. Now, there's guys out there in every single field, whether you're working in kniff work, or you're taking and doing ornamental ironwork, or more abstract artistic concepts. There's people who are performing. Their work is at the top of that particular game or that market space. They're just really top notch. They pay real close attention to fine details. And those are the type of people that you really should take some time, if that's your interest, and try to learn from. Don't get bullied into a certain way of thinking when it comes to forging. Some people will say, I've said it a million times about tooling, tools are tools, that's it. I pick a particular tool because I feel that I'm more efficient, or I'm quicker at that process because I run a business. And so therefore sometimes that tool's not great for you, or maybe it's not in your budget. Again, if you do power hammers, if you like power hammers, great, it's a tool. It's only as good as the tools you stick under it and how much skill you have to operate that tool. Same thing, you may like gas forges, you may like coal. There's really no argument. They're just two tools to help you be able to do the ironwork that you want. So don't feel bad that you're forging in a gas forge, but you want a coke forge because somebody told you that that's the greatest thing on the face of this earth, and everything else is ridiculous, and you're just not a real smith unless you're working in a coke forge, or you're working in a coal forge, or whatever their classification is for themselves. Don't let them take and put that yoke of bondage around your neck, especially when you're new in the craft. So that's all I've got to say about that. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did and you'd like to support more videos like this, a great way that you can do that is just like this video and share it around with your friends if you found that it was helpful and informative. And if you want to take and support this channel monetarily, a great way of doing that is checking out maybe an ebook over our website, blacksmithpdfs.com. The link for that will be down in the description, or purchasing a power hammer plan or some other related plan, tooling plan. Plus, there's a lot of free templates and all sorts of other stuff over at the website, so it's worth checking out nonetheless. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. As always, God bless you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.